All right, it's time to film another sketchbook tour. I want to go through this. This sketchbook was completed. Quite quite some time. Well, I say completed because which I don't really mean because all my sketchbooks are pretty much I don't feel like I have one single sketchbook that is completed. And for a while there, I was going through and I was numbering all my sketchbook tours, and maybe in the future I'll actually go back through all my sketchbooks and figure out year to year what number one, two, three, what have you on my sketchbooks, but they're all random, and to tell you the truth, right now I'm going back and forth between you know probably 7 or 8 sketchbooks that are not complete, including two larger sketchbooks. One's right next to me. It's 18 by 24 drawing pad, and the other ones are different. But this was one that I worked on in 2018, maybe early into 2019. It had some really good images that I would like to go back, some illustrations that I'd like to go back and finalize and complete. It also has a couple other um, nice nice things in it as well. So I'm gonna go through this and look at that with you guys. Thanks for tuning in. So as you can see, I did try to number this as number 8. It's January 2018 is when I I quote thought I started it, but it could have been different. And if you're interested in what the image is above the what in the background right here, I will show you that after at the end of this video. So I'm excited about that one as well. But here we go. A couple random, facial expressions. That's something I've kind of worked on a lot this year is trying to get emotion, facial expressions, and things like that. Happiness, frowning, sadness, um, intrigue, things like that. And these characters were inspired by a fantasy illustrator. Well, I can't really say she was fantasy. I mean, she could be a real fantasy, but she's a real poppy illustrator named Louise. If you don't know her, if you haven't checked her out, check her out. She's all over social media. She's got some great character work. So there's the first page of that. And this one, really liked the pose for it in the beginning, and I was really struggling with the colors, kind of going through it and trying to finalize it. But um, I like her boots. I like the hair. Um, I even like the attempt to put a background on it. But it's just one of those things. It was hit and miss. I've been working with a lot of color this year as well, and this is kind of the beginning, building up to working in with more color. This is another Louise concept drawing, kind of inspired by her. I love the body positioning on this character right here. Um, let's see. Yes, I was just working with these background kind of symbol images. I love this helmet, skull helmet. Just random body positioning and poses. This one, I struggled a lot with this one. I wanted to kind of finish this and complete this, but when I first started, it was just a sketch, and I actually might go back and use the light pad and redraw this later on. But I like the concept. Um, you know, the gnome looking character with the mushroom hat. And I really like these squiggles in the corner that kind of worked into the piece. This is a caricature. I really like this image. I never actually completed it. It's close to being completed, but this is based on a model and artist that I found on Twitter. Her name is Marion. She's beautiful. She wears these contact lenses, these beautiful blue-eyed contact lenses, and she really is amazing. This is a character based off of Judy Hopps from Zootopia. Um, I once again I didn't complete this sketch because I was going to um, I was looking at Japanese alleyways and uh, uh, big city alleyways of the Orient, and I think this was from an image from Hong Kong, but I was trying to get all the stuff in the background in it, and some of those pictures that you find of the city, especially night city life in areas like Hong Kong and busy areas of China are really amazing. I wish I could capture that. Here we go, some more poses. Nothing real big and special here. This one, this is actually close to a finalized illustration. I haven't been able to get a very good picture, scan, what have you, of this to make prints of it. And actually, I was going to try to put it on the computer and clean up the colors and things like that. But I really like the colors. I really like the concept. Kitty sitting on a brick wall. This one's a cute little baby dragon with a cupcake. Good concept, but once again, the colors are kind of messed up. The medium, I went from marker to colored pencil, and nothing was really working very well with it. So I will probably eventually go back to it, but just there's something that didn't quite work, but cute drawing nonetheless. This one, this character study drawing, trying to create my own stylized version of either Hermione or Jeannie from Harry Potter. And I like the way it looked. I like her shoes, and I like the actual size of the character. So worked out really well. This still may be something. A lot of people I follow, and a lot of things like that. They create pens, and and I would like this to eventually be out, worked in and outlaid for a metal pen or metallic type of pen. But I love the dragon concept. Not exactly sure where I got it, but it worked really well, and yeah. This just a random sketch, like the shading on it really well. Fire and water, mage. This one, another not completed illustration, but really like the concept. Was struggling with the colors a little bit, closer to being complete. I just need to kind of go back and do some more rendering on this one, and it'll probably be close to being complete. But yeah, a nice pose, good looking piece. I was happy at how that came. This was originally just a sketch, but um, I went back and added some watercolor to it, and it turned out really well, I thought. Another stylized version of, I think, Jeannie Wesley from Harry Potter, but you know, I like the colors, the way that worked. I don't know about the pencil work. I might ink it in, or I might just leave it the way it is and scan it and try to clean it up on the computer. This one, I was really trying to work with the back tattoo art. This is done in color pencil watercolor, but I was trying to work on trying to make this tiger stand out on her back. Worked pretty well. Just you know, just a sketch, not a completed image. It probably, you know, if I had the if I took the time and went back and did more rendering, it probably would come out a little bit better. This just a bunny throwing an object, just kind of rough draft sketch, kind of working on body positionings. This, you know, most of you know Jay Parker. He works with a lot of mechanical uh, images and things like that, and I think I got this idea off of the Star Wars bombers. You know, I was just trying to create a starship. This just working on with a little bit of foreshortening, just, you know, rough sketches. Quick hand pose holding a glass. Just rough sketch. Can't really see it, but just kind of idea, concept for a larger piece. Some more character poses. Really like some of these hands. And I like this one really well. Yeah, hand holding a cigarette. You know, some good poses. This one I was working with. I don't do this often, but I was gridding out a face, kind of just working with proportions. You know, it's okay. This one, I like this sketch of the skulls, different kinds of skulls. You get some kind of cat in the background, a human skull, and then a bird skull. I like those sketches. Just a random sketch of some kind of monster-like creature. This is a sketch based on a illustrator named Kim Jung-ji. I've mentioned him quite a few times. He's amazing. Ink illustrator that just draws out of his imagination. He's amazing. But I was just kind of, you know, just kind of playing around with this. This little illustration. I like the foreshortening and I like the line work. I might go back and scan that and complete that one day. And this, as some of you already know, was the beginning of a Instagram story, short story illustration that I posted quite some time ago. I actually made a video of it here on YouTube, so you can kind of scroll back and maybe I'll put a link back to the story in the description. But yeah, it worked really well. Uh, It was called Conan in the Village of the Kevin Highlands. Actually, one of my illustrations for this short story got the most likes on Instagram that I've ever received. Um, Nowhere near, um, nowhere near some of the more popular, famous artists that I know. But I was really appreciated and grateful to get such a good response out of the short story, and I really enjoyed doing it. It was just kind of like a brief, quick, off the cuff short story. And the main character, her name was Kona, and she found a dragon egg in the woods, and she took it back to her village, and it grew up. Um, and some more of that illustration. And this was actually one of the images that got one of the most likes. Really like how it came up. I'm actually not. I was actually really surprised that it got so much response. I'm not exactly sure why. It was a good, it's a good sketch. I enjoy doing it. Maybe the contrast. I'm not sure if you guys know. Just let me know in the comments below. But yeah, it was great making that story. And yeah, and I think that is the end of this sketchbook tour. So really quick, one of my smaller sketchbooks. As you can see, it's just 24 sheets and pretty thin. I do work on larger sketches, but getting back to the larger illustration behind, this was my first large piece of this 2020 year. I really enjoyed doing this piece. A girl swimming in the ocean. Um, Shark, great white, really close by. Um, really close by, going to grab her and whatnot. I really enjoyed doing that piece. I was originally going to send it over to a contest that I did enter, but didn't get very well response from at the beginning of the year. But actually, upon thought of it, it was too similar to another rendering from another well-known popular artist. Um, it was close, like I pieced together the work, so it's not the same, but the body pose is similar. Um, so I didn't end up submitting it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I still may make prints of it at some time, or try to sell it in some fashion. I definitely will be one of the pieces that I post to my webpage at thewart.com. So, if you're interested, I am going to add this video to my monthly newsletter that I send out each month around this time. So if you're interested in that, go to thewart.com and subscribe to my newsletter. I offer a book recommendation, usually some type of motivational book and things like that. Uh, when I post, and I just kind of, random thoughts throughout the month. Um, I was going to kind of, randomly do some kind of different video. But, with everything going on, I was just like, everybody needs to kind of be more, I be kind to each other and stay safe. You know, it's crazy out there right now, with everything happening. But you know, just be positive, stay safe, and you know, love one another. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Um, Stay tuned for the next video. I plan on hopefully uh, getting back into more YouTube videos. So stay safe. Love you guys. Take care.